Hey everybody, Jessica Cabesi here. In this editing tutorial, I'm going to go over like a violet colored technique that I really like to use. This technique works really well with greenery as the scenery. I'm not trying to be a rapper, but that's how it came out. But I mean, I am from where Eminem is, so I got those skills. Anyways, so I got my photo here, which I took with the 35 1.4. We're going to go ahead and start editing. So I actually want to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and then Gradient Map. And I already know what gradient map I'm going to use. It's going to be like a brown to a light yellow, like a very, very light yellow. And you're going to press OK. And again, this is really like, if it's like a dark brown color. I mean, really, you don't have to be that exact with it. You're going to lower this to about like 50%. Like around 50% would be great. Then you're going to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, then Hue Saturation. And then I'm going to keep the hue where it is. I'm going to higher the saturation to 52%. And then I'm going to lower the lightness. And now, as you can see, we kind of changed the toning to the picture. So I'm going to show you guys. As you can see, we changed the tones already in the picture, the colors in the picture, which is what I wanted to do. Now I'm going to go to Layer, New Fill Layer, and then you're going to go to Solid Color. And for this one, I'm going to use like a light yellow. I don't know what it is with me and yellow. I guess we just have this bond. I want to pick like a orange yellow. Yep, just right there. Now that you have your yellow color selected, you're going to switch it from normal to color. And then you're going to lower the opacity to about 70% would be okay. Now, what we're going to want to do now is select the mask that it's under, and then go to Image, and then Apply Image. Now, what you're going to want to do now is, usually we'll say Merged. What you're going to want to do is go all the way down to the background. So you just want the image to be affected. And then you're going to hit OK. And blending mode, multiply, opacity 100. So what it does now is it fills in this this yellow color into the skin tone area. As you can see, it kind of like mutes all the colors, which I think is very nice. You can always change the color if you want. By the way, you don't have to have a yellow, but I just like to kind of like match a type of skin tone. And then I'm going to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and then Selective Color. We're going to first go to Red, and then the first one I'm going to go to is plus 48. I mean, if we're really going to be exact here. Magenta, going to lower that. Lowering the yellow. And we're going to keep the black to 0. Then we're going to go on over to yellow, which happens to be my favorite one, but we're not going to do that much for this one. Magenta, we're just going to keep it to plus 6. We're going to lower the yellow a lot, actually, to like negative 43. And then we're going to go to whites. Just because I wrote it down, I'm going to literally do this. I'm going to put plus 1, which you can make fun of me for, but just following directions. And then this is going to be negative 3, negative 4, and plus 1. And you know, it really doesn't seem like it made a difference, but it really does, honestly. Like, you can tell already, kind of. And then we're going to go to blacks, plus 4 for cyan. And if I'm saying that wrong, then all those years of going to our school was a waste. And then we're going to go to yellow and go to negative 13, and then just plus 1. You get 1 brownie point black. Okay. So now that we've kind of muted the colors back, we're going to go to curves. So we're going to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and Curves. And we're not touching that layer setting, by the way. We're keeping it to normal. So we're just going to add like a small contrast for this. And then I'm going to add another curves layer, just because I'm obsessed with curves. I don't know why. It's just like a thing. You can honestly do so much with curves, seriously. There's like nothing you can't do. Well, I mean, okay, there are a lot of things you can't do, but okay. If we're gonna be specific. And then we're gonna go down to blue. By the way, I'm sorry, I was just on RGB and I was just fixing a small curve. And it just made a tiny bit of contrast. That's it. We're just gonna go on over to blue. I'm gonna higher this bottom point. And I'm gonna just keep this as it is, just very slightly. Like that. So just kind of popped it out a little. And the one on the bottom kind of, again, added some more contrast. Now I'm going to go to new fill layer again, layer, new fill layer, then solid color. And now we're going to use a chocolatey brown color, which I love because I love chocolate. You know, mostly like M&Ms and stuff. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take this down due to copyright violation. I'm sure. Hopefully not, though. Okay, from normal, we're going to go from normal to color now. And you can choose any type of brownie M&M color that you like. And we're going to lower this to about 14%. And it's, again, very slight difference, but it does make a huge difference. And I like to use neutral colors because then it kind of pulls the whole image together. So, you know, if you ever are in question about how to edit photos, just throw on a solid color and use like a brown or neutral type color. One of our last ones is going to be curves. Go back to curves from layer, new adjustment layer, then curves. And then for this one, we're just going to stay on the RGB layer. Just slightly. Actually, I'm going to probably pull that back just because I don't want it too contrasted. And you can, you know, if you like it more like that, you can just pull that back, but I'm not going to go too crazy. And last but not least, we're going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, and then selective color. And I'm going to go to yellow. And I'm just going to fill in all the values here. And, you know, honestly, what I will do is I'll just go through each and every one, and, you know, I'll just go up and down and just kind of like see what kind of effect it gives. And that's usually what I'll do. I usually go to reds, yellows, whites, and blacks. Most of the time, that's what I'll use. And then plus 11 down here, we're going to go to blacks. And then I'm going to go -4. And then 6. So again, a big part of this is experimentation. You're just going to have to go like that the whole time. That's my secret, just sliding this up and down. We're going to do +5 actually. And one good use of the blacks selective color is that it can bring out some value in the black, obviously. I really like using the magenta because it gives it like a nice, you see how it brings out that red? I really do like that. Actually, I want to bring that out a little bit more. So this is the final image. I will show you guys the before and after. This is after, and that is before. Let me zoom in for you guys. I really do think that it gives it like a nice look. If you think that it looks too yellowy, you can always change the color in that solid color layer that we did. You can lower the saturation just a tad bit. Or, you know, another thing that I do is I go through each and every layer and I just click on and off. And I'd like to see what each layer is contributing to, because then I know what to take away, what to add. So literally this is what I'll do. I just go like this, which is kind of like repetitive, but it really does work. Works for me. So, I mean, I like the way it is. If you don't like a lot of yellow in it, you can always pull back the yellow by just going to the yellow layer. See how easy that was? Again, I just went to the yellow layer and I pulled down the yellow. If you like it more yellow, you can just slide it back up. Selective color is extremely useful, and I do recommend that you learn how to use it to the best of your ability because it can really help your pictures. So this is the tutorial. I hope you guys like this one. This is really something that I would use a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching.